Okay, welcome back, audience. I don't know how many of these videos I'm going to make, but I can't stop making them. It's like once you start, you can't stop. So I want to do a walk along type through for you guys who are less skilled, like beginner programmers. So I'm going to start a little mini series here called Yin-Yang. And what we're going to do is I'm going to take you step by step on how to rotate a yin-yang using pcopy in PMODE 1. So first thing we need to do is you have to make sure that you PCLEAR 8 so we can use all of the screens here. That will give us 8 pages. We're not going to use all of them, but if you look at the memory after that, it cuts it. Well, if I run it, okay, and then we look at the memory. Apparently I can't spell today, but this is the memory right here. E is just the value of 0, but it cuts the available memory down by a lot, like 22,799. So we go from almost 3K down to 16K, 16,655. That's 6K. It takes 6K just to clear enough video memory to do that. To get 2 pages, it takes 6K. So that's a quarter of the memory, or over a quarter of the available memory. About a quarter, we'll say. It cuts right off. Right at the start here. But what we're going to do here is we're going to set up a PMODE 4 screen. And you just type PMODE 4, that's the highest resolution this computer has. And the next thing you want to do is PCLS. 0 is going to make it black. And then you issue a screen command if you want to see the graphics screen. And we're going to use color set 1. Screen 1 means graphics. Comma 1 means set 1, which is black and white. And if you run this short program, we already have a UL here. I don't know. It's supposed to go to 100. And what this does is it just stops the program from going out of the bottom, because otherwise the computer would read the lines, execute each line, and then drop out of the bottom, and you wouldn't be able to view the screen. So by having the GOTO 100, it holds it there so we can look at this screen. Okay, what we actually have here are 4 pages that you can't see, and we're on screen 1. I want to make the yin-yang pretty big. We can't do like a real big one because we don't have enough pages to pcopy. Let me think real quick. I'm not an expert on this. I'm just an amateur programmer, self-taught, and I don't know everything about this computer, but if we drew an image here and we pcopied it to we pcopied all 4 of these pages over to the next screen, then we would be able to see that screen, and then we could, I don't know, we could in the background draw another image, then pcopy it and copy it over to the other screen. That would shorten the program down. I've never really tried this. Curtis and this other guy, forgot his name, knows how to do this. They did the screen scroll. They did the nuts and bolts of the screen scroll. I just provided the graphics. We all had our own version of it, but they kind of took control with that, and I never really studied it too well. But let's see if we can make that work so we can have a big yin-yang. So by saying PMODE 4, we're saying all of the pages on PMODE 4. Okay, all the pages. There's 4 of them. It's going to cover 1, 2, 3, and 4. And let's draw a yin-yang and see if I can't get this to work. So all you really need to do is find where the center of the screen is. I'm not going to do dead center. I usually do 100, 100, and that's good enough. So all I'm going to do is draw a circle at location 100, 100, and it's a grid. You have 255 pixels this way and 190 or so pixels this way. So if you think, it's just a Cartesian plane that was actually developed by, can't remember his name now, René Descartes. And René Descartes was I don't know if it was a 17th century philosopher, and he dabbled in a lot of things, and I guess math was one of the areas he dabbled in, and he actually developed this plane system that we use every day in mathematics. So that's background story on that. Now we have to pick a radius for this circle. Let's try a huge circle. We're going to go 100 won't fit on the screen, I don't think, because this is just the diameter. I'm sorry, this is just the radius. So the diameter is double the radius. If we only have 190 this way, it won't fit. It'll fit this way. So let's try like 80. And the next thing, the first comma is a radius, and the second comma is the color. Now, 0 is black here, like we cleared the screen black. 1 is white, so this is what we get. That's a nice looking, big, good size, okay? Now, what I want to do is center it. Now, that was just a rough centering. Let's change that to 130 for the x-axis. Now it's more centered. I'm not going to worry too much about the up and down. Let's just get to drawing the actual yin-yang and how that's done. So 5, we're going to do an arc. And it's just going to be another circle, beginning at 100, 100. At least I think it is. We're going to do half of the radius of what we have here, because we only need half. We're going to make it white. Then the next thing is our height to width ratio, and you want to leave that alone. Just put a 1 there so it's not squeezed down or pulled apart. It's called a height to width ratio. Just leave that alone. The next thing is we want to start drawing at a certain point and stop at a certain point. And I actually don't have a picture right now, so I'm going to draw a picture because I actually forgot. You have to look at something. So if we're starting in the middle, we're going to make an arc, and we're going to go clockwise, and I can never remember where these numbers are, but it's in the book. Now the 12 o'clock position is I think it's 0.75. And I could be wrong. We're going to find out in a minute. And then we go by 1, and then it changes to 0. 1, it's 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and everything in between. So I think we're going to end at 0.25. I have 1 too many decimals there. Let's see what happens. It's correct. We start at 0.75, we go down to 1, and then it changes to 0. So at 1 and 0 are kind of the same thing. And then it goes at 6 o'clock, it's 0.25. Up here it's 0.5. Here is 0.75. So it's broken into quarters. And you can do anything in between. So this is not fitting right. So what I need to do is actually push it over and up. Okay, so I think the radius is fine, but we need to work on this here. Let's change this to 40. That'll push it over. And if we change this to 60, that'll push it up. And there we go. So that's the first part of it. We're going to do the same thing over here, but we're going to go in a different direction. And then we're going to color this in, okay? So we're going to hit the 100 again because I don't know what the specs. I think they're going to be the opposite of this, but let's just do this the same way. All right, color, height, width ratio, except this time we're going to go counterclockwise. We're going to start at 0.25, and we're going to, wait a minute, no, we're going to start at 0.75, which is 12 o'clock again, but we're going to go the other way. So we're going to go past 0.25 or past 0.5. Oh, getting stuck here. We're going to go, I'm trying to go the other way now, and it's giving me a problem. I don't think you can do that. I think I actually have to start at 0.25. You can't go counterclockwise. So we're going to start at the bottom. We're going to go past 0.5, which is 9 o'clock, and we're going to go back up to the top. And there it is. So now we have to move it down 40 and over the half of the radius of this, okay? This is an 80 radius from here to here. This is only a 40 radius, so we need to move it down 40 and over 40. So we're going to manipulate the positioning. We're going to go over 40 this time, and then we're going to write over 40. I don't know if that's right. I don't know. I forgot exactly where it was. And down 40. Let's see if that works. And there it is. Alright, just a little bit of math. Now we have a yin-yang. The only thing we have to do is color one side in white. Doesn't matter which one. And then it has a little eyeball that I didn't include in the other version because I was rushing through it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to paint, and we want to find the center of the original circle. Actually, let me look at this here. Let's look at this again. So we have a center here and a center here. We just need to find one of the centers, and I don't know which one to paint white. I don't think it matters, but let's paint the bottom white so it's the second arc that we drew. All we want to do is find that center. We're going to list it. This is the center, second circle, and we're going to paint that center white. So when you paint something, first comma, after the first comma is the color, that we're going to be painting, and the second comma is where it wants to stop painting. So it's white on white, and you can see that happening right there. It starts here, it paints until it finds a white border, and then it paints down, and then it stops. And that's all there is to it. So the only other thing we're going to do today is draw the eye in, and I like I said, I don't know if it's right here or right here, but we're gonna make ours in the center, and we're gonna have to have a black circle here and a white circle here. So you list out your program. Let's look at the first arc, number 5 and 6. We're gonna draw another circle. CIR, and let me erase this on my board right here so I'm not rubbing it off with my hand here. So we painted this one, so the top one is still black. We're gonna make like a small circle. If I need to make it bigger, I'll make it bigger. A 10 radius should give us a good circle there. It's going to be a white circle, and that's all we need to do. And then we have to come back and paint it. I'm doing this in my mind. I've done it enough times where I don't have to run it and check it, because I've done it so many times. But you guys, you know, depending on what level you are, you might have to check everything. But there it goes right there. And then we're going to do the same thing down here in black. And for this computer, this is high res. There aren't any colors, unfortunately. There's a monochrome color set. If you use a 0 right here, but it's still only 2 colors, and I don't like it the way it looks. There's tricks that you can do to get colors, but I don't understand how it works. I tried it before, and I didn't have a lot of luck with it. There's people that know more. Post a comment here and elaborate on that for people if they want to try to use colors. I think you can get up to 4 colors, but it's not something that's built in. So I avoid it. Some people like to play around with that. I don't know how it works. We're gonna go back to the other circle, which was this one here, where we starting to lose it here. This one here, we did this one first, so we're gonna go do this one. So here's our original circle. There's our first arc. The one we're painting right now, one we painted last time was actually the top one. So there's your crepe. I don't know what the heck's going on here. Yeah, we painted the top one first because it coordinates are the same. Now we're going to paint the bottom one. We're going to do a black. We're going to do a 10 radius with a black circle, and then we're just going to paint. You guys will have to play with this yourself here. It's not hard to understand. I can't explain everything because I'm not a computer teacher, but I'm trying to do the best that I can here. But so last time, wait a minute here. Yeah, it has to match that. Except for this circle is white, so we did a black circle. We're gonna paint black in black. When it hits black, it'll stop. Actually, yeah, there you go. So that's it. Now the next time I come back, we're gonna simply draw 2 more screens, and it's gonna be the side in the back, and we're going to try using P copy Problem is, it's going to be slow. It'll work, but it's going to be dirt slow because it's so big. And it's going to have to draw a new image each time. It's going to be fun to see how it works, but you know, there's nothing I can do about the speed. So if I renumber this at the end, every time I'm done writing our program, I renumber it, see how many actual lines we actually wrote, and it's only 12 lines, and you get this. I'm going to leave the code in the description, and I want you guys to try this out for yourself, for the beginners out there, or the intermediates, and tell me how you did, or what you think of this. And there'll be a part 2 and a part 3, and I'll try to wrap it up and animate it. Hopefully it won't be more than 3 parts. And I'm going to leave you now. But before I do that, I'm going to always save your work so you don't lose it. I'm just saving mine where I save all of my Color Computer stuff, which is in a folder called Color Computer 2 ROMs, and I'm going to name it Yin-Yang version 1, and I'm going to save it to tape. Yin-Yang. There's too many characters, so we'll just put Y-Yang for Yin-Yang version 1. That'll save it. I'm going to list it out, and it prints to XROR prints to a text file that you can view in Notepad. There's directions on how to do that in my video archives if you need to know how to print from XROR. And I thank you for watching. I'll see you on I'll see you for the next part of this. Alright, take care.